All right, here we go. Part five. Well, publicly it's part five anyway, but y'all know if you listen to part four, what part this truly is of this continuous dream. So, um, give me, bear with me if I take small pauses and gaps in between explaining this because um, there's some type of information that I gotta be careful not to expose, should I say, uh, for personal reasons and probably more of a protection of others than it is for me to be real with you. But I just want to make sure I say it clearly and give enough context so that you can connect at least most of the dots. All right. So the dream begins. I'm astral projected, but I'm inside of my um, studio on the side of the apartment where the living room side, to where I be chilling on my beanbag and shit like that, right? So I'm over there, and I got the TV on, but I also got my phone in my hand, and I'm having a FaceTime conversation with the woman of my dream. Oh God, listen to me, the woman of my dreams, the woman from my dreams. I guess we could call it a woman of my dreams, right? So we're having a FaceTime conversation, and we were on a platform though that was kind of unique. A social, I guess, yeah, like a social media platform. It just wasn't FaceTime. It also had like a social media vibe integrated into it. And I don't even know if they have one like this. So what I'm saying, I probably should have patented in the copyright office before I even spoke about it. But anyway, fuck it. So you had the capability to FaceTime and also like click over. So three-way, if you ever been on phone and you do a three-way, you click over, you bring somebody on the other line. Well, you have the opportunity to bring somebody on the other line, or you could just put somebody on hold and go handle your business on the other side of things. But you could do this while video conferencing. I'm not aware if there is an app that does that. If there is one, put it in the comment section. Fuck it. So we're kicking it, right? And we both hyped, like we both hyped up. Like I guess it felt like we was just hyped up off of each other. You know what I'm saying? So we kicking it, and so she asks me, is there anything that has been wild happening or significant happening in your life around this solar eclipse time or energy, right? And I'm like thinking to myself, like, is this the moment where I tell her that I've been dreaming about her like fucking crazy, and it's just like it won't stop? Or am I playing it cool, like, and not exposing that much information? You know what I'm saying? Just being a cool guy or whatever. Or just, I guess being fearful of love. Let's just say that, right? Because y'all heard me in my other video. I'm fucking terrified of the shit, right? So, and I don't even 100% know. I'll just be telling y'all how I feel in my dreams. It's like, yo, it's deep, right? Because I can't deny the feelings that I feel when in my dreams. When I told y'all, like, in the 3D, I've grown to be this person that really doesn't give a fuck most of the time. Like, I don't give a fuck, B. I'm most of the times like my demeanor is in the second dream of this series. I believe it's the second one. So, but y'all know I got a Virgo moon, so I think how I feel how I think. But in the dreams, man, it's like no denying my Pisces soul. Like, this is just like undeniable, right? If I feel, I feel. So I'm giving y'all a raw. I'm telling you exactly how I felt, even though it's kind of like it's fizzling away gradually as I'm awake now. But that shit was there. It happened the way that I'm gonna tell it, right? So boom. She asked me that question, and I'm there contemplating whether I'm gonna, expose that to her or not. So I said, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's been crazy, to be honest with you. So I went there just to see if she would probe me further to get more information out of it. And then I would open up and, explain the dreams and all of this shit, right? So boom, she says at this point, just how crazy was it? Now, mind you, we're in like a flirty vibe too. Like I could see her, she's smiling, I'm smiling. We like two fucking kids, right? And she like leans into the camera. She's like, how crazy has it? She said, how crazy has the videos been, being that you had so many, or that you sent so many, or something along the lines of that nature, right? Now, at that point, well, first, I didn't totally hear it. I thought I heard what I heard, but I wanted to make sure. So, in this app, it was like after the message is sent, it like logs in your cache. So, there's like a row of video messages in the cache underneath the actual FaceTime. So, I'm stalling her out before I respond, and I click on the video to replay it, and I pull it closer to my ear to make sure I heard what I heard. And I heard what I heard. She said, how crazy was it, being that like all of them could get a video, or referring to other women, by the way, you know what I'm saying? I know what she was saying, it just wasn't spoken, so it wasn't articulated so clearly, but it was along the lines of that, being that so many other women, or potentially, right? So in so many of, maybe she really knew, because now I'm thinking like, does she know something about me? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I have some wild conversations, and I ain't trying to deny that. Sometimes I have wild video interactions and stuff like that, and I'm not saying like those what my readings would be like, y'all, if y'all like want to get a face-to-face conference via Google Meet, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying like those, but you know what I'm saying. Video interactions with women can get intense sometimes, is what I'm saying. So, but now I'm thinking in my head, like, how the fuck she know that? Or is she just assuming that, and she's just really super psychic, like I've been saying for some time now? So I'm like sitting there contemplating, like, oh shit, stalling her off. Like, am I going to, say this? Now, mind you, she laughed while saying it too. So her aura was like, wasn't mad at me, and wasn't, how should I say it? Like, and I don't know if it was 100% this, maybe I'm just, but I'm going to tell you what it felt like. I'm going to tell you what it looked like. It looked like she knew like I was on some Playboy shit, and just knew that that's who I am, therefore wasn't disturbed by it, just wanted to make me aware that, I know what you did last summer type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit. But at the same time, it could be seen as a hint to, as, yeah, I do know. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Or what makes me so special? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there contemplating like what I'm gonna respond. So at that moment, she says, because I played a video back, she says, hold on, I got somebody on the other end. So I'm like, all right, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? So she clicks over. And mind you, I'm contemplating what I'm going to respond, what I'm going to say back, right? While she's on the other end, kicking it on the other end. Now, mind you, this app, we're going to call it a magical app right now. This app allows you to still see the other room, I guess you could call it, or the other video interaction that's happening on the other line. And maybe there's a toggle on off option, that feature that's on it that says if the other person can see or not. But let's just say hers was toggle off, so I was privy to the other side of the conversation. So at first I had put my head down just out of respect to let her do a thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to intrude on her privacy, even though I could see it. So my head is down to the right, tilted to the right, thinking of how I'm going to respond. So I lift my head back up and I look, and she's in a different place now. So at first, she was in a room. Like it was just like a regular room. You know what I'm saying? But when I look back up at this other conversation, she's now in the backseat of a car. And not for nothing, she's in California. And I know these things. Every time I dream, I could tell when I'm in Chicago. I could tell when I'm in New York. I could tell when I'm in fucking London. I could tell when I'm in different spots. I just know. You know what I mean? And I could see like the hills in the background that represent that California look, like a whole lot of sky. But it was like in the hill area, because I remember seeing this came to my mind immediately when I seen the environment. I remember seeing something on the news clip rather, of when like there was like a train running through California and they was talking about some shit, right? So that immediately popped up in my mind, and I'm like, okay. So she's in the backseat of a car. She's sitting next to an actor. I'm not gonna say the actor's name, but I am gonna tell you a movie that they played in. Yeah, fuck it, keep it a little mysterious, right? For story purposes. So she's in the backseat of a car with an actor who played in the movie Gamer. All right. And I'm saying Gamer out of all of the films because I felt like they played a real impactful role in that movie. I liked it. So they're riding in a car. Now it's like when the sun goes down. What do they call that? Dusk or dawn? One of those. So the sun is like going down. It's about to disappear type shit. I could see it through the background, to the back window or whatever, to the side windows too. So they're riding. At first they're side by side. And then she like leans over and like snuggles inside of this guy's like under his arm. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just watching this shit like feeling some type of way. I'm just keeping it a bean, y'all. Like this shit got me feeling icky. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Especially in a dream. I'm alright now. But when I'm in the dream, I'm like, say it ain't so. You know what I'm saying? So, but she's happy. You know what I'm saying? She's smiling. She's happy. And I'm just like, okay, it's one of those. You know what I'm saying? So, she like I said, she's leaning into him, this, that, and the third. And then they were talking about something, but it was just like some regular shit too. But they were having fun. They were enjoying each other's company. I'm just keeping it a bean. And she like reached over to grab something. It looked like she was trying to grab a steering wheel, but they was distinctively in the back seat of a car. So I don't know. I couldn't see a wheel. She wasn't grabbing no dick. I mean, I could see that area. Not that I was looking like that, but I could see that area of their bodies to know that it wasn't that serious, right? So in my mind, I'm like, well, what is she grabbing at? If they're in the back seat, she can't drive. And he didn't have his hands on the wheel at all. And the car is moving. I could vividly see that the car is moving. It's doing about 50, 60 miles per hour. They're on the highway. So I'm like, all right. So at this point, like I said, I'm feeling some type of way, right? So in my mind, I'm like, man, you know what? Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, fuck this whole thing. So, but I don't say nothing. Now, it clicks over again. And when it clicks over to this other room, it shows me a video of another room. And I believe so. There might have been like she was like pressing the button on a video conference app on the back seat of a car. You know what I'm saying? Like you could get on a computer in the back seat of the car, perhaps like it was on the front seat, on the back of the front seat. Because it clicked over, and now there's this other room. There's 3 men inside of this room. This room looked like a club environment. Not so many like strobe lights at that level that a club has. A little less, but they were like, you know, magentas and purples and shit like that. Like, but it looked like an empty club setting. Like all of the people weren't there, or maybe it was some VIP private party type shit. It was like a Hollywood party. I'm just keeping it a bean. And when I seen one individual who's there, they're passed on now, but let's just say they were responsible for a lot of uptown MCA records back in the days, right? And I think, you know what, I could say the name, but I'm not, just out of respect for the deceased, right? But I do believe in the other dream that I did mention, the take that man. I think I had to like clarify and make some strong points. So I think this person who passed on was there for that particular reason, to like hint towards the energy of that other dream. I think it was part 2. Don't quote me. No, it's part 3. Pardon me. It was part 3 of the dream series, to hint to me towards like, you know, that's the type of energy or the type of vibe that was going to be occurring at that party. So the man, he was dressed in a suit, you know, had his glasses on, and he was communicating to the other side or communicating to someone. I can't say that he was communicating to the woman because I didn't see them correspond. But his question was, so are they coming? Are they on their way? And the voice from the other end was like, yeah, they'll be there soon. So now I'm connecting the dots. Now I'm thinking like, oh, word is going that far. Like, you know what I mean? She on her way to a little freak off party, right? Mind you, listen, y'all, I'm vulnerable as fuck in this dream. I'm vulnerable right now just talking about this shit. But like I said, I'm in a 3D. I feel much composed now, right? So now I'm in my head like, oh shit, it's one of those. So I go to click back over because I want to, I'm following the story. I want to see what's going on more, despite me feeling the way that I'm feeling. I'm like, fuck it, I might as well go all the way through with it. Let me see what's going on. So as I go to click back over, it's like the two people, her and the actor, they morphed into two different people. So now she turned into this, I say this woman couldn't have been no older than like 22, 23 years old. Dirty blonde, Caucasian woman. She had a mini on, I do remember that, and like a crop top. And the actor changed too. It was a different male. It was a different guy. Same car though, same environment, same atmosphere, driving around along the same highway. So now I'm like, what the fuck? Is my mom playing tricks on me? But I know sometimes this happens in dreams, and it happens for particular reasons. This dream, that happened to pull on my heartstrings, like for sure. And I'll tell you why as I get to the end of the dream. I have a conclusion about this dream. So I look and I'm like, damn, where'd she go? Where'd they go? You know what I mean? So the next thing I know is I click back over, like I click over into another virtual room, and there she goes. But she's in the room again. And I'm telling myself, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then she's like, hold on, I got somebody on the other line. So at this moment though, I look in the cache where I told you like videos could be kept when you send in video messages to each other. There's a new video message in the cache for me. So I'm gathering that while I was, snooping around, investigating some other shit, trying to find out where this party's going to be and all that kind of shit, right? She had clicked back over and noticed that I wasn't there, so she sent me a video message. So I look at the message though, and I'm like, all right, no doubt. So she could click back over. She clicks over to another correspondence, but she wasn't in the same vicinity as this guy. It was another guy. She wasn't in the same vicinity as him, but they were talking nonetheless, right? And at this point, I didn't even really care to listen to the words that they were discussing. At this point, I'm like fed up. Like I've reached my tolerance level. You know what I'm saying? So it was to the point where I was even like, man, fuck that video message. So I ain't even go to click open the video messages. I didn't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hear it. So I didn't. I actually closed the phone instead, and I stood up and I started walking to the other side of my apartment, right? Now it's dark as fuck in my apartment. I'm coming over to the other side, and I got blackout curtains too, so as I'm nearing the other side where my bed is and stuff like that, I noticed that the light is shining through my window to the left. Now there's like a huge, a bright light in the nighttime. It's like a bright light that could be visible outside of my window at nighttime. So I noticed that my curtain is open because I see the light shining through the window. So first, that's a red flag for me right there. Why is my blackout curtain open in the nighttime? Red flag. So then now I'm like kind of like creeping. I noticed something else was a red flag. Is that my bed is not where it's at right now. It's pushed over to the left next to the window. So I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm walking into the room even further, and I see two bodies rolling around in the bed. So now I'm telling myself in my head, like, I know this broad don't have the audacity to have this motherfucker in my lab getting it on. So I'm trying to wool side out, but it's also dawning on me that this is my place. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to conduct myself during this. But I feel the rage. When I tell you I feel the rage, I feel the rage. So again, I'm telling you, this dream intentionally was to pull on my heartstrings, to get my emotions involved. So I'm walking in. I get to the entrance of this area, but I can't tell who it is at first. So then when I make myself known, I'm like, hey, yo, what the fuck? So the covers fly off of these two people. Now, first person I see is dude from the first dream and from the last dream, part 4. That I said, we cool. We ain't got no real issues. It's like a issue of an issue of an issue that's further away from them directly, but maybe not. Maybe there's some shit that I don't know that they're involved in. Maybe I got a hunch, but I'm not sure. And that's my dude like that. So I'm not trying to like accuse them of some shit that I'm not 100% sure of, right? But like I said, as I said before, I wouldn't have them as company, this, that, and the third. So it's him in my bed. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So now I'm looking to see who the other person is. So I see my cover rolled back. It's my cover too. They got my cover. They in my bed. I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look, it's his ex, which they've broken up. They've been broken up for some time now. And I'm like, what the fuck? She got like a pink and purple, I would say maybe like a pink and purple, the fuzzy pajama shit. Got the booties to match and all that. And she won't look at me though. I know her too. She won't look at me at all, like in my eyes or nothing. She's embarrassed. I could tell by the look on her face. She's embarrassed because she got, caught up. Now, they ain't get the fucking yet and all that. You know what I mean? But she's embarrassed. I could tell she won't look my way. And she's like, she sat up, jumped up real quick, started like pulling herself together like she was trying to get the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, he stands up. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on? I'm still upset because they in my bed. You know what I'm saying? And it's slowly dawning on me like, what are y'all even doing here? But, we caught up in a moment. He like, yo, don't even talk to me like that. Like, he getting up looking at me screw-faced up and angry at me. And I'm like, the audacity. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, he says something like, don't even have me do it to you because I should have been got at you type shit, right? So now I'm really like, I'm steaming inside. It's just gradually building, right? I'm like, yo, the audacity of this motherfucker. So I'm like, what you mean? I was like, yo, you don't even have a right to feel some type of way with me. Like, you in my shit. What the fuck are you talking about? So now it's dawning on me that I'm really in my place. So he couldn't even try to pull some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if we was somewhere else and we was younger or something like that in a different environment or somebody else's house, maybe in his house, he could have that type of attitude with me, but not in my spot, B. Like, you wilding. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm puffing up. I'm saying it with my chest too. Like, yo, you wilding. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, don't make me do it to you. So I'm like, oh, yo, you got me fucked up. So now, at the same time, I'm sizing him up because he is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Not that ever stopped me before from engagement or whatever, but I am thinking about it in my dream. I'm just keeping it a beam. You know what I'm saying? Bars. But I am. Like, I'm transparent with this shit, B. I gotta explain how I felt. So I'm sizing him up like, shit, I gotta get ready to take this motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he still going off at the mouth. So I just pushed him. Boom. I grabbed him by like the collarbone and I shoved his collarbone with both my hands. and he fell. So I got on top of him. Pause. I got on top of him and I drew my arm back, and I'm like, yo, you see, I'll fuck you up. Don't have me do it to you. Don't have me do it to you. But mind you, this is my dude. So I climb back off of him. I back up and I back up off of him, right? He gets up. I let him up. And he still go back to talking shit. Screw facing me, getting more angrier. Getting more angrier. Like, yo, telling me he gonna fuck me up. So at this point, I got a hoodie on. I didn't sleep in a hoodie or nothing like that, but I got a hoodie on, and I'm thinking of some street shit at this point. I'm in street mode now, you know what I'm saying? So I pull a hoodie from over my head, because I'm thinking, okay, he might do some slick shit, try to grab my hood over my head, some real ghetto tactic type shit. Pull my hood off my body real quick, boom, throw it to the right, and he's still talking. So now, like I said, I'm sizing him up. I'm thinking how I'm gonna take him. You know what I mean? So he's still talking, and in my mind I'm just like, yo, it looked like he's angry enough to strike. So before that even happens, I'm striking again. So I thought it was premeditated. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put him in a chokehold, and I'm gonna do my best to get my forearm under his chin so I could get the best choke in that I could possibly get. And worst come to worst, I could do the crossbar with my other arm, you know what I'm saying, to lock it in tighter and squeeze. Because I already know he a bigger dude, so if anything, he might get to like tossing me around a bit, but at least I'll be on his back, pause, and I'll have the leverage, I'll have the advantage of choking him out, you know what I'm saying? So where, yeah, you might back me into a wall or whatever the case may be, but I'm gonna apply more pressure on the choke, and I could punch you in the face repeatedly with my right arm, type shit. Premeditated. It was like the equalizer, to be, if you want more clarity. So I do that. I lunge at him, boom, throw my arm around his neck, same way I described it, boom. So I'm choking him. I'm choking the shit out of him now, though. And he fell too. So he fell to like a seating position. He's seated on his ass. I'm on my knees, pause, behind him, and I'm choking the fucking breath out of him. Like I could feel the breath leaving his body, and for whatever reason, instead of like putting the crossbar on or punching him with my other arm, I opened his mouth. All I could think about was the strength card. I opened his mouth and put my fingers in his mouth, like the claw move in wrestling, and I like opened it up and stretched it as far as I could stretch it up. And it gave me more room to get my arm tighter under his neck too. So now I'm squeezing even more harder. And I could like feel the air leaving this dude's body, yo. And I'm just choking. I'm fitting to kill him. I'm about to kill him. I feel it, yo. And the rage is just building and building inside of me. And I'm like, it started dawning on me like, oh shit, this may not have as much to do with him as I think it does. I've been triggered, because I explained what I experienced right before this. So I'm like, that was like an offset. You understand what I'm saying? But more importantly, well, not more importantly, but extended from that is, I'm like, I don't want to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, we ain't got no issues. And if he did do some shit behind my back or to me, or you know what I mean, that I don't know about, I just really don't know about it. As much psychic as I could be sometimes, or sharp as my intuition could be sometimes, I don't really know the deets if something like that occurred. So I'm just like, man, I ain't gonna do it. Him being bigger than me and all of that, like it didn't matter in the dream. The rage got the best of me. I got the drop on him, and I was just like, man, fuck this shit. Like I even grunted. I was like, I realized I was dreaming at this point too. And I'm like, yo, I could just walk away from this. I could just let him go and just walk away from this. And that's what I did. I grunted like, I let him go. And I walked out of the dream. Like I walked out of my dream. Like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. That was the dream. Now, this shit was this shit was very symbolic, right? Because it's like, here I am first. I'm starting off the conversation with this woman, and she's asking me a question along the lines of what I do, right? I'm a spiritualist. I'm I'm a spiritual guide and teacher in some sorts. I'm also a student of the game. I'm an astrologer. I'm a tarot card reader. I'm those things. I'm a channeler. All of the above, right? So that's one part of it. Emotions being pulled, heartstrings being pulled on that, but showing me, okay, this is what the dialogue is about. The next thing that happens is it switches into her being with an actor in Cali, in Hollywood, right? So for those of you who know, I've hinted at this a few times in some of my videos. Film has always been like a second passion of mine. I always wanted to do that apart from music or whatever the case may be. And it was kind of like I don't want to say my dreams, but I guess, yeah, you could say my ambition was being questioned. It was being mirrored to me. And the reason I say that is because before seeing her with the actor, the question was asked, well, how many other chicks got these videos or, get this video interaction type thing. You know what I'm saying? To where it was like, it positioned me to question, well, how would it feel if I'm this actor in all of these movies and y'all know the type of shit I be writing about. You know what I'm saying? So imagine me acting in these movies. Like, how would it feel if, theoretically, we were together and I'm acting in all these movies with these different women and she's got to deal with that, right? If we're going to be together. So now it's like, here goes a taste of your own medicine. Here I am with this actor in Hollywood and I'm on my way to a freak-off party. How's that? How's that for a taste of your own medicine type shit? So this shit had me really thinking like, oh shit. And these are the things that you think about when you're in relationships or you're going to get in relationships or you're pursuing your dreams and you're with someone and it's just like, how can they handle that? Can they stomach that? And remind you, I told you, she didn't speak like she was jealous. She didn't speak like she was angry with me, but she did hint to it in kind of it could be a trolling kind of way. Maybe I perceived it wrong. Maybe she was just that chill about it and nonchalant about it. But again, to see her booed up with the actor dude, that was something that I was just like, oh shit. And then for them to morph into a different couple, when I clicked back over, maybe it was just that spirit, that's the universe showing me like, okay, what if that wasn't them? Maybe what if that's what we're showing you to see how you would feel if that was the case? Is it good for the goose is what's good for the gander type thing, right? So it made me have to empathize. It forced me to empathize with that feeling. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking deep. I'm like, you motherfuckers. But yo, shadow work, spirit work, it could get like this when you're searching yourself out and you're trying to find some things out. So it's tugging on my potential insecurities and it's tugging on my, just my ability to conduct myself in a relationship when it comes to making decisions. Maybe that'd be a hard decision that I would have to make type shit. Not only that, right? So check this shit out. I told you they in Cali, they in Hollywood, they in the hills some fucking where, right? And Hollywood is known for like earthquakes and mudslides, shit like that. I'm based in New York. Today in New York, we had an earthquake, 4.7 on the Richter scale. No bullshit, I kid you not. By the time y'all are listening to this, you probably heard about it. And, not for nothing, a lot of people I know, did you feel that? Did you feel that? All over social media. And I'm like, I didn't feel a fucking thing. And it's true, I didn't feel a fucking thing. So, I made a joke too, like, yo, don't everybody come moving over here either because I told you I ain't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm laughing the shit off. I truly did not feel anything. It was a tremor a little later on too. And not for nothing, we have earthquakes once in a blue over here in New York, but they're like 1 point something. I think maybe 1.7, 1.2 or some shit was the strongest that we've had. But this was a 4.7. So according to everybody else, this was something more serious. So now I'm sitting there thinking about that, right? Like, okay, that must be I'm connecting the dots for y'all and for myself. Like, oh, okay, I see if there's a type of difference here. So now, I say that to say this, like, maybe this is questioning whether I remain on the path of the work that I'm doing, which I love to do, And I love it even more now. I guess since I came back to YouTube, I've grown much more fonder of the work, even though I was doing readings, a lot of astrological readings while I wasn't on YouTube anymore. I kind of lost a zest for it. I think that's the word. I kind of lost that, that feel good feeling for it. But since I've been back on YouTube, I've been feeling marvelous about it. Like I'm just, it's even fresh to me again. So I love it. So I'm thinking, do I remain doing that? Am I doing too much at this time? I'm writing this. I'm singing that. I'm doing spiritual work. I'm looking to delve into fashion, and you know what I mean? It's just like all these different things, and I'm like, should I do it all? Do I have to do it all? Because I feel like there's a time constraint now on what it is that I'm doing or what it is that I'm about to put forth. Only reason being is because, I don't know, it felt like the retrograde aspect of it when I seen him with his ex. Let's just say this, and this is the part that I can't really reveal to y'all, but put it this way. It's like circumstances has me questioning all of this in a timely manner. Like if I'm going to do what I'm going to do in the level that I'm going to do it at, and still have this woman somehow be a part of my life, it's like I gotta do it in a particular amount of time. At least the planning part. Like I gotta plan it effectively. And I just came out of the vibe of not wanting to plan. I'm kid you not. You know what I'm saying? But it's like this dream now has proposed that feeling to me. Like, well, if you're gonna do it in this amount of time. And I didn't see the amount of time. I don't know the amount of time that I'm supposed to be doing this in. Maybe during the whole retrograde period, or the remaining of it is when I should construct or devise this plan. But perhaps also at the same time it's left open-ended, and I'll receive more information to inform me how I should go about it. I'm still going to allow myself to be guided, and not just lean on my own understanding revolving around this. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know if I'm going to post this publicly or not yet, but I do be recording my dreams, so I do want to put this together just in case. I have it logged in my library. And with that, I'm out. Till next time. If there's a next time, you know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe maybe the spirit has recorded this in the Akashic records and was like, well, you ghosted her. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know. But at least I'm having fun with it now that I'm awake. Sheesh. Or am I awake? Till next time.